Namaste people, I am Anmol Sarkar. So if you guys have seen my last video, you guys must have an idea about who I am and what I am trying to do and what this channel is all about. So if you have not seen my last video, I will share the link in the comment section. Please go and see the video because you will get a link to this video from that video. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's get started to today's topic. In today's topic, we'll cover another important Indologist, which goes by the name Houston Stewart Chamberlain. Okay, then we will go through how this Chamberlain propagated the Gobineau's theory, which we have talked about in the last videos, and then how he promoted Nazism and German nationalism throughout the entire world. Okay, so let's start this. How Houston Stewart Chamberlain, or we will call Chamberlain, his term was from 1855 to 1927. Okay, he was a he was a British author who wrote books on philosophy, history and culture. He took Gobineau's ideas further in effort to give the theories a more scientific and a philosophical basis. So he took the racist idea of Gobineau's and he wanted to give the scientific and the philosophical base to that theory. Okay, in doing so, he became an authoritative influence on the Nazi leadership. Okay, so the entire Nazi leadership, or the main Nazi minister or the top leadership of Nazis, followed this Chamberlain ideology, which this guy who propagated the Gobineau's theory of race science and this intercaste system and all. We'll come to that in this video only later. Okay, now what he did is he wrote a famous book which goes by the name The Foundations of the 19th Century, which he wrote in 1899. Okay, though he was English, Chamberlain wrote this book in German in order to emphasize this Aryan Teutonic heritage and promote Christianity in the process. Okay, so I will quote a very small passage from this book, which will give you a brief idea about what he was trying to do. He said, wherever the Aryans went, they became masters. Now look how this guys how this racist ideas is going into the 19th century and how it is influencing the Nazi leadership. He said that wherever the Aryans went, they became master. The Greek, the Latin, the Celt, the Teuton, the slave. All these were Aryans of the aborigines of the country which they overran. Scarcely a trace remains. So too in India. It was the Varna color, the Varna system, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Shudras and Vaishyas and Shudras. So too in India, it was the Varna color which distinguished the white conquering Arya from the defeated black man, that is known as the Dasyu. Which we call as the Das, he called as the Dasyu. So he laid thus he laid the foundation of the caste system in India. Okay, now listen to this very carefully. So too in India, it was a Varna color which distinguished the white conquering Arya from the defeated black man, the Dasyu. So which led to the foundation of the caste. It is so to the Teuton branch of Aryan family that the first place in the world belongs to the story of the 19th century is the story of Teuton's triumph. This is the passage. Now you guys must have an idea about what is trying to propagate. Now Chamberlain saw India as an example of a nation where the stock happened in the spiritual realm of India. Now to be very frank, this guy did not even have a basic understanding of the Indian spirituality. Now what he did, that he said that the concept of Brahman had become so sublimated that nothing remained from which to create a new living life form. Okay, Now look at this very carefully. Now before we go into what he said, we need to understand the concept of Brahman, the real Brahman which our Indian gurus or Indian rishis propagated, and how this guy distorted it. Okay, now let's again go into what he said. The concept of Brahman has become so sublimated that nothing remained from which to create a new living form. Okay, which is not true. Brahman is the source of all living form on this planet, whether it is living, non-living, earth, fire, matter, everything, all the elements, all the living forms are created from this very basic Brahman. Now first you will understand in detail what a Brahman is. Okay, Brahman. Now to understand Brahman, first we need to understand the very physicality of our body. Okay, now you are watching this video. When you look at me, what do you see my skin color as? It is the form of earth color, color of earth. Okay, the temperature in the body is the fire element which regulates through the body. Okay, and you know body is made up of water, so we will go into that. So first we need to understand what our human body is made up of. Our human body is made up of atoms. Do you agree with this simple scientific fact that everything in this world is made up of atoms? Atoms are made of protons and electrons. Are you sure? You guys, this is fact. This is an established fact that everything in this world is made up of atoms, and atoms are made up of protons and electrons. Okay, now these protons and electrons are further made up of the 5 basic elements, that is earth, water, fire, air and wind. Okay, space, earth, water, fire, air and ether, which is known as the space. So if you notice in our body, our entire body is made up of these 5 elements only, a combination of these 5 elements. Okay, now let us understand what is the destructible. Now our body is destructible. The very nature of our body and all the living beings is destructible. What that means is the very atoms in our body, or the very protons and electrons in our body are destructible. Okay, now these protons and electrons originate from the 5 elements which are indestructible, which are also destructible but for the sake of understanding, it considers it as indestructible. Okay, now when you go further deep into meditation, you will find that you have reached a state when you start breaking the atom, and when the atom breaks into these basic 5 elements, and if you go deeper into the meditation and start observing the nature of these 5 elements, you will reach a state where you will reach the Brahman. Okay, which is the indestructible. Brahman means a state from which nothing arises, or means nothing arises and nothing dwells into that. Now basically you will see that, for example, this body is made up of earth. Okay, this body came out of earth and it will go into earth after we die. Okay, so the very nature of this physical reality is destructible, which it will go back into the state from which it came. But this Brahman, this is indestructible. This Brahman is indestructible, and this is the source of all creation in this entire universe. Now when we say Brahman, what is this Brahman? Don't consider this Brahman, confuse this Brahman as Jivatma. Brahman is a state and Jivatma is the experiencer. Brahman is the experience, and the Jivatma, which we call as the soul, is the experiencer, which is known by consciousness. Okay, now what this guy did is he used the philosophy from Brahman, which nothing arises, with nothing is created and nothing dwells into it. It is a perfect state which does not have any beginning or end. Now he used that to distort it and claim that Brahman is a very sublimated concept and nothing can be what we say, nothing, no new life form can be given birth from this Brahman, which is absolutely wrong. Brahman is the source of all creation on this, in the entire universe, not only in the multiverse, in the entire universe. Brahman, basically, if you want to see, remember a line, Brahman resides in everything. This was the original Indian spirituality. If you go deep into the meditation, you will understand what Brahman is. I was not able to sustain that state, but I touched that state and came back. That state is known as Samadhi. Samadhi means a state where you will forget your entire identity of what is your name, what is your caste, really everything. You will even forget that you are a human, and you will reach a perfect zero from where the universe started. Okay, zero means a perfect, in Hindi we call it as shunya. You will reach a perfect state where everything will dissolve, from your personality to character to body to mind to intellect to intelligence, everything will dissolve and only the consciousness will remain. That state is known as Brahman, and the one who is experiencing that Brahman is the Jivatma, or the soul, which resides in our heart. Okay, now that Brahman is the source of all creation in this entire universe. So just see this very carefully and how this distortion is made. Now this Chamberlain showed that nothing, since the nature of the Brahman is nothing is created from the Brahman and nothing dwells into the Brahman, but it is the source of all the creation. Now this guy distorted it and said that since the Brahman is nothing, no new life form can be created from Brahman, the Brahman is a limit to all, this is the limitation of all the possibilities. Okay, so the Brahman is completely, what we say, it is very inferior concept, but actually this is a very superior concept. Please understand this. When you go deep into the meditation, all the language, all your personality will dissolve into complete zero or complete shunya. You will become that, and that state of deep meditativeness is known as shunyata, or you will hit a complete zero. There are many stages after that also, shunyata, but the shunya part is known as the Brahman, and what you are the one is experiencing, the pure consciousness which is experiencing the Brahman is known as the Jivatma. Don't confuse these two. Okay, so when this guy said the Brahman is sublimated concept, he also said that Buddhism represented the senile decay of a culture which has limits of all possibilities. Means in Buddhism this Brahman concept is only explained where you are told to face your inner impressions, that is the, what we say, sanskaras and karma sanskaras, and let these karma sanskaras come out of it and you will reach the entire state of Brahman. But remember one thing, Brahman is not the ultimate state, it is one of the states to reach the ultimate goal. Okay, so let's not get into that spiritual realm further because it will more confuse you more. And actually that Brahman cannot be described, it can only be experienced. I have experienced it for I guess 2 or 3 seconds, I don't know, but I can say that from the 2 or 3 seconds experience which I am saying. Okay, so he distorted the concept of Brahman and said that Indian spirituality is not great, and after that he started projecting this picture of East, of the degraded spirituality in the further East, in the further Western world. Okay, now what did Chamberlain did? He also said that he quoted a quote from Mahabharata and said that Christianity as a pan-European Teuton phenomenon, he admitted Roman Catholic as a religion bulwark against liberalism, and that was seen as a Jewish conspiracy. So he wanted to say that even in Mahabharata it was written that Christ will come and the world will be dominated, in order to, what we say, in order for the Christian missionaries to enable conversion. Okay, so this was the basic philosophy of the Chamberlain. So this is it for today, guys. Please enjoy and have a nice day. Tomorrow we will see how this led to further Nazism, distorted Brahman theory. Now again, to understand Brahman, first there are many steps. The first step is, there are basic steps. Don't try, when I say Brahman, don't try to and close your eyes and directly try to imagine Brahman. That is not the way you meditate. There are steps of meditation from various layers, from physical, outer physical reality. You dwell deeper into, and there is a very systematic scientific process. Please don't try this meditation and at home and close your eyes and start imagining Brahman where all your personality will dissolve, because if something else happens, then you will never be able to come out of that state, and that state is very dangerous, I must tell you, because you will start going mad after that. No, please don't try this at home. Just remember that I was giving the reference of Brahman so that I could explain this distortion of Chamberlain of Brahman. Okay, again I will tell you what Brahman is. Brahman is the state of perfect zero, where all your personalities, you will forget that you are a human, and a perfect state of zero, you will reach a perfect state of zero from where nothing emerges and nothing goes back into it. Okay, and that state is called as Brahman. It is a state of infinite bliss, but that is not the ultimate state. So without any proper guidance, please don't try anything at home. Only I am just telling this from my experience. Okay, so please enjoy this video and have a nice day.